Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of Season 10 of the Otafest podcast. I'm Nancy, and I'm here with Jei and Angelo.
Oh my god, for a second I was sweating there, and I was like, the last episode? Oh, Season 10, okay.
Of Season 10?
Time to relax.
That's
yeah.
many seasons. That's 10 seasons. That's a deca-season.
We've been doing this for a decade. I mean, I haven't been. Jay has
Yeah,
been.
I haven't been. Jay has been.
We haven't, I don't know if we've done it for, I will out ourselves. No, we haven't done it for 10 years. We've done it probably for about 6, 7. Like, because the first early seasons were much shorter, for one thing. You had to be
That
there.
would make sense. You had to be there.
I
We were
was there a few
babies.
times.
We miss you, Alfred.
Yeah, we were babies.
Was it a monthly
you know?
podcast at first, or was it just
No, we did
not
it
as
once
many
every
episodes
2
per
weeks.
season? That's
Yeah,
right.
it was like a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah, we did it every 2 weeks. I think we used to release on Tuesdays before Wednesdays, like we do now. And yeah, it was. I can't remember why we decided to switch over to weekly format, but I think it was a good idea because
It's
just
because you
more
didn't like
consistent.
having free time, obviously.
What
Who likes
is
free time?
I
Yes.
like my time to be occupied and expensive.
We got to make content for the people.
We have to make the voice noises for the folks who listen with the ears.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
air vibrates for thee.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Oh my.
Oh, amazing.
We are swoosing into summer. And oh my lord, what a summer it could potentially be. If
Wow.
only we planned for it ahead of time.
It's not that it's not important to plan for your summer. Because if you're the sort of person who wants to maximize your summer, you got to plan for it. You got to be like, okay, we're going to go to the Japanese gardens on this day, and we should make a plan to drive out there and go see them with the people that we want to experience it with. Sarah. But, oh man, plans. And to be honest, I am very blessed with friends who just make things happen and the vibes are immaculate. So I always feel well entrusted in their care. So I never really stress out about making the plans, but I also recognize that I should maybe be more intentional with said plan making.
No, I get you there. God, making plans is so hard sometimes.
They are.
It really is. Like, Dio noticed that there's some musical acts going on at Animathon this year and has expressed desire to go.
Ooh.
And I'm just being here like, it's not impossible, but do we have the time off of work? Do we have the resources to drive up there? Do we have the cash to spend on the hotel and such?
I am that awful person who's like, oh, Nancy, can you take this day off? And I'm like, oh, I think that's like in the middle of a sprint, and I think there's this going on at work. And people are just like, no, you're supposed to take time off to not think about work. Why are you using work as the excuse not to take time off?
True.
I am awful.
Just let work burn down. Just let it burn to the ground, and that way it's job security, because when you return, you have to rebuild everything, right?
Ooh,
That's how
and
that
you're the
works.
one who has all that knowledge.
Is that how that works? I can't
That's
remember.
exactly how that works.
Sure.
We'll just pretend that's how it works.
Absolutely fine. Right?
Yeah.
That's fine.
If it's not how it works, I don't want it anyways.
Oh, sweet Jay.
Dio and I have been having fun the last couple weeks. Our summer plan is to take Dio's Camaro and get the finishing touches done on the electrical systems. But we've been enjoying it. We've been driving it a little bit since we picked it up. I can't remember. Did we talk about how much of a pain it was getting it home on the podcast?
No,
I remember there
we
being
did not
mention
talk about-
of picking it up
Okay.
It was
from having
a
it parked
rescue
at a friend's place.
At first, it was a pickup operation, then it became a rescue operation.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So I want to
okay,
say
here we go. Story time.
the week before Otafest, literally the day of the final meeting before Otafest, Dio had her Camaro parked in Jay's mom's parkade. And so
Yes.
after we recorded the podcast that day, the idea was we go pick up the Camaro, drive Jay home, all get ready and go to the meeting. As Dio and I were pulling away from Jay's house, it dies in the middle of the street, just literally beside Jay's house.
Oh no.
To the point where, okay, we're now calling Jay. I have to go park my car somewhere. I run back over. Jay and I have to push the Camaro backwards on a one-way road, and
What?
then push it into an alley. Just
Yeah.
that was the option. Otherwise, we had
To
to
ditch it.
push it into 17th Ave. That would have been horrible.
Oh yeah, there's no way that's happening.
And then we're looking at it. Some very friendly people come to help us out, and it is discovered that one of the battery terminals was loose. One of the insulation on one of the cables was melting. Like, this car nearly burned to the ground.
Who was
No
responsible
way.
for attaching said terminal?
Ooh. Nancy,
No
do you want to have a
way.
guess?
Was it someone whose name starts with an A, ends with an O, and rhymes with Rangelo?
Oh my god, I've never heard the term Rangelo before. I don't know where you got such a thing. But it might have been an Angelo who attached that battery far too loosely. Eventually,
Oh no.
we tightened up the battery. I ran home and grabbed the a little booster battery, and we were able to get the Camaro home without further incident. And without further incident has actually described the driving experience so far. It's been really smooth. The
It just
car
had to
just
be
wants to
That's
fucking
good.
go.
That's good.
I mean, in fairness, so I got driven home by Dio in the Camaro because we made it from my mom's place to my place, and it was a smooth ride. It was nice. Like,
Yeah.
we were like, this is good. We're vibing. Like, I remember in the garage we were a little worried that, like, things weren't gonna quite start up, literally. Like, the ignition was not cooperating immediately. But once we kind of got
Hooray.
things going, we were happy. And again, we kind of booked it out to just Crowchild, like nothing crazy in terms of speed, whatever. But the roads were nice and clear, so definitely the Camaro got to run a little bit for a short little while, and it felt really good. So I was hoping that it was gonna stay. But then after you guys dropped me home and then called me back, I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, it fell apart all so suddenly.
Yes,
It
it felt like it felt like it had its last gasp somehow. We're like, what happened?
That is such a stressful feeling. You're just like, what happened?
Yes.
Everything was fine, and then everything went off a cliff.
Hmm.
But since then, things have continued to be fine. It's actually getting even better. The more we run it, the more the seals lubricate, get moisturized. Everything just starts working better and better. I would say that the only issue, if I would call it that, it doesn't start up as easily as it should. But I mean,
even
it is
so?
a 36-year-old car.
Oh, whoa.
So that's fair. It still starts up every single time. And
Oh, it does now? Okay.
and now it's just
it just takes a while.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not like 2 seconds of turning over and then it's roaring to life like a normal car or like a modern or newer car. It's like 5 to 6 seconds of like really giving the starter a go, and then sometimes backing off of it, being like, "Okay, car, figure yourself out," and then you turn the key and it goes.
Interesting.
I-
I'm sure you guys will find the sweet spot soon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Either that or you change out the well, I don't actually know if changing the igniter will do anything.
If it's anything, it's probably the starter motor itself.
Oh no.
The starter motor, they are what they are. They're a little electric motor that just attaches to the transmission to turn the engine over and get it rolling. Those are a common part to fail after 3 decades. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
It's not that big
But-
of a deal.
Yeah.
But
At
quite
least
frankly,
at least the car goes.
Yeah,
it
the car
goes.
goes.
And
That
holy
is
shit,
important.
it looks so good going. We finally got it a wash.
Hooray.
It's sparkly. It's red. It turns heads.
I bet
you
it
know-
does. It is a classic car.
You always see the people like driving their classic cars on the weekends. There's this one guy who goes up and down 17th Ave in his old T-Bucket hot rod. And
Yeah, I remember that one.
yeah. And it feels interesting. It feels cool to be one of those people with the cool car. You know what I mean?
It's now. Now is the time. You are the cool kids.
Yeah. We're the cool people. We were riding around yesterday. I was in the passenger seat and I was holding Ilya. It was great. Ilya's our little tiny fluffy Pomeranian.
You got to be passenger princess?
I am passenger princess. I don't know how to
Oh my
drive stick.
god. You should learn. It's kind of fun.
I should
I'm
learn
You get
that
so
you
much
can be
control.
passenger princess.
I'm
You get so much
genuinely
control.
surprised that Angelo doesn't know how to drive stick. It seems
I've-
like an Angelo skill.
It is going
it
to
sounds
be,
like
I warn
something
you.
I should know how to do, but it's just
Especially if you want a K car one day.
I know. I really should know how to do
True.
it. But my
Yes.
family, every single time when I was growing up, we never had a manual car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now you do.
That's the thing. There's two. There's the Dio's Elantra and the Camaro that I have to learn on. It's just setting the time aside to learn.
Learn on the Elantra first.
Exactly.
Please.
Exactly.
Please.
The Camaro's transmission is already crunchy in a few ways. So I need to learn how to do things smoothly before I do things with double the horsepower.
Indeed.
Is it weird that I only really started understanding the mechanics of manual once I started riding bikes?
No, that's
Like a motorcycle? Is that what
Yeah,
you mean?
like
bikes. like not
Yes.
like little bicycles, like actual motorcycles.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
on a motorbike, I have like learned like how to drive standard in a vehicle in a car, but like I don't know, it never really clicked to me as well as it did when I drove when I rode a bike. It just I don't know, something about that experience clicked a lot easier and better for me than it did because you still have a clutch system, obviously. You still have to monitor your revs and everything like that. And on a bike, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's I feel like if I don't master it, I'm just gonna be a crushed little bug on the side of the road.
You're not wrong.
Maybe it's internal pressure somehow. But yeah, it just kind of came together a lot easier on a motorbike.
I don't know why. It's just everything that I've ever driven that is manual, and I'm having the biggest air quotes, have either been clutchless or they've been tractors where it doesn't matter. Like tractors, riding lawnmowers, things like that, things of that nature, where the clutch is technically also the brake. It doesn't matter if you're absolutely stopped. You can slam it into third and it'll just go.
I see.
Except for one where if you slam it into third, it would flip itself on its back. That was pretty terrifying.
Yeah, maybe
Christ.
don't
Or like
do that.
the three-wheelers that I used to have. Literally, there was no clutch. There were gears. There was a high range. There was a low range. There was 5 gears. But you just kicked the lever, and it would just go into whatever gear. And again, it didn't matter what gear you were in. If you were stopped, it would just keep going. It would go. It would just be slower to accelerate if you were stopped and then suddenly put yourself into 5th gear.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like every time I've been on a quote-unquote manual, it has been the most baby mode fucking brainless manual things ever.
Oh man.
But
I
you
am.
didn't.
I am so concerned.
Literally,
You didn't
You
think
describe
to
things
try
like that.
to actually sequentially go through the gear?
on the three-wheelers, it was terrifying. On the tractors and
Okay.
such, I was told just don't.
Just
All right.
don't.
You're
Yeah,
not
okay.
supposed to,
Interesting.
apparently.
Interesting.
You just put it in whatever gear. If you're going slow, you put it in the first gear. If you're towing something, you put it in the first gear. If you're taking it down the road, then you put it in the highest gear and you're done.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Speaking of bikes, I do want to get back on one for the summer. I don't own one right now, so I'd have to borrow a friend's, but I think I'm gonna try and get some time off on a nice day and see about going for a couple of rides just to get me used to it again, because I didn't get to do anything like that last year, so that sucked. But I'm looking forward to it. That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
That'll be
Just
nice.
cruising, you know?
Just la cruise. Just la
Yes.
cruise.
Maybe I'll
Well-
see Angelo and Dio in their Camaro.
Maybe.
Maybe you will. Maybe it'll be a great time.
Yes.
Yeah. Give you a Discord call while you're on your bike.
Oh my god.
I hope
Oh,
you've got one
no.
of those $1,500 helmets that have a microphone and speakers built in.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
built
those
in,
make
but
so much sense.
Not built in. Most of them actually don't have anything built in. You just
Most of them
buy
don't.
a
yeah.
secondary. You just buy a secondary. Like, it's like a preference thing, whether you want a certain headset.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do
Yeah.
have my.
It is good
I
for
do have my
keeping in touch
helmet.
with your riding buddies when you're actually riding on the road and you can't hear anything.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Fun
mean, I'd prefer
fact,
that
all
to like.
motorcyclists are talking about you, bad drivers.
Watch out for this Camaro. Hey, that's actually a pretty nice car. Huh.
Yeah.
This one's got love and deep space.
Yeah, this one's got love and deep space on it. That's a gooder.
Soon.
Soon. Oh gosh. It's happening, isn't it?
Well, there's no solid plans yet. It's just been said that it's going to happen.
You're
Back again
you
to the
are-
lack of
But
planning.
not just not. It's not just been said. It's been said on the internet. So therefore, it must
it
be
must
true.
be real.
You
and
think
it must
that-
be true.
Are you sure? Like, you think that people would just do that? Go on the internet and tell truths?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens. From time to time.
Sometimes
Sometimes.
It
Every
happens.
now and
citation
then.
needed.
Citations pending.
Oh my lord. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I'm not going on any fancy driving or riding experiences this summer, but I am thinking
That you
about
know of.
planting stuff.
Oh my. What kind of stuff?
So my front yard is really boring. It's just like a square of lawn.
All right.
And everybody here knows my feelings on lawn. So we have been diligently spreading microclover and trying to get it to spread evenly across the lawn. What I've noticed is that when you have microclover and lawn together, is that the microclover makes the lawn greener and it hangs on to moisture for the lawn. So you never have to water it like ever.
Nice.
That's cool.
So this is going to be the experiment with the front lawn. The back lawn has already been taken over by clover, and oh my gosh, it's so fluffy.
Oh.
Like, After
Do you barefoot it?
I don't think I can deal with it. I have sensory issues. I don't think I've ever actually talked about that on
Oh,
podcasts,
okay.
but I have sensory
fair.
issues. So I would never consider going barefoot in my lawn.
I'm only asking
but-
because of how you're describing the clover, of course.
Well, it is, though. It's really fluffy. And, like, the
Yes.
way it's been described by other people is that it's slippery.
Oh.
Like, as in if you were to try and walk on the lawn when there's this much clover in it barefoot, you will probably slip because that's how much moisture it hangs onto.
Oh, does it get like muddy at all, or
No.
just
No, it's all inside the clover. So
Interesting.
the clover did it.
when you go mow it, so you are supposed to mow it from time to time because it does get a little out of control. Like last
Sure.
year when we tried No Mow May, and
No,
by the time No mow May. It is a thing
Uh-huh.
because they want you to leave all of your flowers alone for the bees at this like crucial startup period of the season.
Ah.
So last year
Yeah.
we tried no mow May, and we did it this year too. Like we kind of waited until the very end of May before we mowed the lawn for the first time this season, and yeah, last year it got so out of control. Like we mowed like one strip through the lawn, and it was like a vast difference. Like it was insane how much the clover had grown. It was like a little fairy forest back there. It was amazing.
Ooh.
Damn.
I felt kind of bad actually mowing it, but
You.
this year,
It was you.
I
You
know.
were
It was
Hexus
me.
from Fern Gully.
I'm so sorry. It was May.
Don't worry.
Anyway.
Just like
It
Hexus
was
from
me.
Fern Gully, you have a suspiciously sexy voice.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you.
I've never watched Ferngully, so I'm just gonna have to go on the vibes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It is so peak 80s anime. Or not anime, fucking cartoon.
Yeah,
Yo,
this is what
peak
happens on
80s
podcasts.
animation.
We get mixed
It is
up.
crazy.
It was Avatar. It was Avatar before.
It was the
I
avatar of our
understand.
era.
It really was. Like, honestly, I tried watching that movie again as an adult, and I
yeah?
still love Robin Williams as the Bat character.
Wow.
But
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
It is.
Wow.
If you try to analyze it as an adult, it is not exactly a good movie, but it is a fun movie. And oh my god, the main villain is this oil monster guy called Hexus. And
Yes.
he's got like these musical songs and numbers, and his voice is so
God.
incredibly smooth
see.
and deep and sexy.
silky.
Oh my lord. It's like, if you guys wanted me to hate the villain, why did you make him so,
So attractive.
you know what I mean?
So
I'm so
it's
glad
it's like
we're talking about this.
no, that's a common thing to make the villain seductive.
Oh, well, absolutely.
true.
Like,
You know.
appealing
Absolutely
villains
true.
are a trope, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, even if you go to like other Disney properties, like Jafar from heckin' Aladdin, he's obviously evil the whole time.
Okay, I would not have
Oh,
said
he's
that
so
Jafar
evil.
is attractive.
Are you kidding? I would stroke his goatee.
No.
He's smooth.
He's good with
I would say-
animals. He keeps a pet parrot.
That he abuses mildly.
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 He's still, he's still
Listen, if my parrot
depicted
talks
as
like
this,
Gilbert
like,
Gottfried,
suave.
while I love Gilbert Gottfried, too much is too much. You know what I mean?
Too much.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Anyways, plants.
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 That's where we were
Plants.
going with this.
Plants. Oh my gosh. We were talking
There was
about
just
plants.
a moment where we were like, where did the ADHD road lead us?
The ADHD road took us many wonderful places, and the journey was the friends we made
Yes.
along the way.
Exactly.
So my lawn is very boring. I have been diligently trying to cultivate like a good, healthy ecosystem using microclover, and it has actually been very nice. After the first time we mowed it in the backyard this year, after 2 years of settling in, the clover that grew back was so incredibly large and leafy, it almost just looked like we had a field of green flowers instead of clover.
oh my.
Cool.
And this is not looking at the actual clover flowers that are growing. This is just the leaves, the clover itself. It's gorgeous, it's majestic, it's beautiful. My lawn has never looked nicer, including any lawn that I've ever had. This is the nicest lawn I've ever had. But because lawn itself is kind of just like boring green space, I also kind of wanted to plant some lilacs out front.
Ooh.
Because we don't have a hedge, and where I live, it is not legal for me to put up a fence. So why not put in hedges and pretty
Oh, are you?
hedges?
Are you
mean
in an HOA?
lilacs. No, I'm not. It's just what the city technically owns on our lawn.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So in my area, the city owns from the curb plus 6 feet. So it eats into the front bit of our front yard, which means I'm not allowed to put up a fence. A fence counts as a structure. So we have to either do hedges or nothing. And I was like, well, if we're going to put hedges in, we should put in something nice, like lilacs.
That
So we were
wouldn't be
thinking
bad
about
at all.
maybe, yeah, so I was thinking maybe we should hit up like the garden center one of these days and just grab some lilacs.
That'd be cool.
That would be a very interesting. I believe that Lilac Fest is literally happening right now. We are currently
As we speak.
as
We're
we
recording
speak.
on the day of the lilacs. The
So any
festival of
listeners, I
lilac.
hope you enjoyed Lilac Festival.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there right after. I live in the middle of
Nice.
it.
Oh damn.
No commute time for you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Or to it. Actually, I haven't been to one. I haven't been to one in a few years, I feel like. Mostly just due to work schedule. I just always was working on this God-given day of lilacs.
Dio
So,
and I
it'd be
didn't know
nice.
it existed until last year.
Oh, no.
Oh.
We legitimately
You've
didn't.
never been to
We'd
last
never
year?
been. We'd never been.
Oh,
and
that's
last
wild.
year, so
It's
it was
That's
just
awful.
a weekend. It was a nice weekend
Yeah.
in June or something. And Dio and I were like, let's go find lunch somewhere. Let's go find a dog-friendly patio that we can go have lunch at. We took Ilya. We biked over to this one place that on Google reviews said it had a dog-friendly patio. And suddenly we find Lilac Fest is happening, and we're like, oh my god, what's all this? It was cool.
I
It is an
mean,
incredibly busy time.
I'm pretty sure it's our biggest street festival / market, right?
I
Is
think
it?
so. I mean, it takes up how many blocks?
Oh yeah, it stretches from Elbow down past the Sheldon Schumier.
Damn.
So that's like at least 10 blocks, something like
Mhm.
that.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that in
It's a
recent
lot.
years it started to take over a little bit of like 17th as well. I don't know if that's happened this year because I don't actually follow the plans. I show up, and if it's happening, sweet,
Nice.
wherever it is.
But
But
yeah.
I remember when it was like, because it's free to attend, but it used to be a little bit different in how it was operated. Because I remember in the early years, my mom and I would go, and then like a lot of the restaurants along 4th Street would set up their own little table booth outside of their restaurants, and they would do essentially almost like a Taste of Calgary sampler thing. And I used to be able to get like a beef rib for $4.
God damn.
In
Yeah.
this economy, that's not likely to happen again.
No way.
No.
No way.
There was a time,
beef
I tell
rib.
you, listeners, a time when things were plentiful and cheap.
Ah.
That was a time.
I'm pretty sure even at Rib Fest, a single beef rib goes for like 25 or something like that.
Something crazy like that. Oh, there's a Rib Fest. Oh, did it pass or is it coming up?
I thought Rib Fest was
coming
usually like in the late summer.
July.
No. There was like a different one. There was a different one.
Oh.
It's being held, or it was held. Again, I don't remember when it was advertised, but it's at the Avenida Food Hall, which is such a
south?
great little place. It's like if a farmer's market in Calgary dispensed with the proclivities of the farmer's market and just said, we will have all the eateries that a farmer's market has turned up in spades. It has so much good variety of food in there. It's amazing, but it does run on like standard farmer's market type hours where it's like Thursday to Sunday, I think.
Oh, wow.
I see.
But I would highly, highly recommend. It is so good. There is like, there's a Vietnamese place that has like the best Viet sub in Calgary.
The best.
It's I can't tell you how good it is. And I live near some really good Viet sub places, and I've had some really good Viet subs in the city. That place just really nails it. I can't, and I haven't even had their pho yet because every time we've gone, they've already run out. It's that kind of place.
Oh, wow. Okay, we have to go. I love pho.
Yes. But yeah, check out Avenida Food Hall. I think they had They either have had or they're having a rib fest soon, and I'm like, I want to check them out because they have vendors that are from like all different kinds of food culture. Like there's some Filipino places, there's some like Spanish places, Latino places, like Eastern European, Pan Asia. Like there's so much variety there. I'm not even working for
I
them. I just want to go there and eat.
I appreciate that.
I'm just
Um,
free
I am
chilling.
I am understanding that our ADHD is once again doing the thing. But I'm
Yes.
just going to go back to plants really quickly. I
Plants.
did manage to successfully plant some catmint yesterday, so I hope very much to
Ooh.
attract some kitties to the neighborhood. And also some thyme, because thyme does this really cool thing where it just like spreads outwards and it's a low coverage type thing. And I'm really excited for that. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that I did not put enough dirt back in the hole after we dug it.
I mean, that's an easy thing to fix. Just put more dirt.
Yeah, but you gotta like keep an eye on it. Plus, Calgary again has a lot of clay, and clay isn't usually very good for plants.
So
Clay
take the
is
clay out, make
specific to
pots
plant
with it,
certain plants.
and then
Yes.
plant plants in the pots that you took for the clay.
I
Obvious.
see.
Obvious.
I see. We are the giving and the
The
taking.
solutions design themselves.
The solution. Indeed.
I don't know. It has been. If the last week is anything to go by, it feels like it's going to be a hot, roasty, toasty summer. So
Feels like it.
I think I'm going to stay inside and play video game.
I like a lot of those things, staying inside and playing video games. Tell me more.
There is literally one video game that caught my eye over the last year, and that was Elden Night Reign, which, surprisingly enough, I played it and there wasn't very many nights raining at all. I would say I only saw one or two
It's
nights
raining
rain,
nights.
and that's usually because I
Hallelujah.
was the one pushing them off the cliff.
Oh,
Yes.
you were. Oh,
I
Yes.
see.
okay.
Otherwise, there was very, very little medieval soldier weather-related phenomenon, with the exception of one guy kicking up an ice storm, but he seemed to be an outlier and shouldn't be counted. And that's mostly because
Statistical
it
noise.
is night rain, as in the opposite of day, is raining like a lord. Unlike the original Elden Ring, Night Rain is like a multiplayer co-op experience where you just jump in, you have pre-made dudes, and the three of you
Pre-made dudes.
go into the island. It's almost like Fortnite. I hate to say
No.
this because it'll
No.
make a lot of people angry. It's almost like Fortnite. You go in, you grab weapons, you grab buffs, and over the course of like about a 1 hour game, you go and fight bosses, you level up, and then you try to take down the Night Lord. The Night Lord being whatever boss you happen to be targeting in that run.
Okay.
And so it's just a very, very quick, very straightforward sort of co-op experience where you're not taking it slow. You're not poring over every little detail in the map. You're not reading item descriptions. You're just climbing up walls as if you're a Skyrim horse and whacking whatever boss you find with the biggest stick you can come across. It's great.
Is there any progression?
Yes.
Saved progression? So like if you beat a campaign, I don't know if you should call it you should call it a run, maybe. Do you get anything for it that shows for the next run that you do? Like, what is the driver that keeps you coming back other than just doing the runs?
So, the immediate part of it, there is a something of a story there, where the more bosses you beat, you do get through that story. I am an awful pleb, and I still have not beaten the first boss. But
Okay.
you, in a single run, you can unlock different items and relics, they call them, that can buff your guys, make you a little bit stronger, make you a little bit better. You can earn currency that you can use to unlock other items and eventually cosmetics, so that you can make your dudes look cooler. Because when you have 8 characters to choose from, and I think that the 8 characters that they have are all pretty good, you will find a character that you like, that you either like to play as or you think they look cool. Uh, but you still, the drive for individuality is there. The fashion souls is real, and you want to make your character look like your character. You know what I mean?
I
So
love endgame content that's very Fashion Wars.
eventually, you're going to want to
Mm-hmm.
make your character look a little bit better. You're going to want them to perform a little bit better,
Uh-huh.
and eventually just playing the different characters, because they are geared towards different play styles. They've got like little abilities that they can use. Like the tutorial character, he's got a grappling hook that, depending on the enemy you grapple, will either, if it's a small dude, it'll pull them right to you and you can just beat their head. That way you're not spending your stamina running to them.
Love
Or
it.
if you attach it to this giant ass golden man on top of a 20-foot tall horse, it'll noom you to him, because a horse that big probably runs faster than you do.
Yes.
So that's really nice. There's also another character called the Revenant, who is this cute girl, and she summons
girl.
ghosts to fight for her. And her main weapon, her
Oh.
default weapon, is claws. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yes.
I just know that there's a Harvey Birdman.
Yes, there is a Harvey
Harvey
Birdman,
Birdman.
attorney at law.
Yes.
He uses gust like Pidgey, and then he will
Nice.
fly up
He
and
uses
slam
gust.
down like a dragoon.
I like.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's
Does
so
he also
cool.
litigate cartoon cases?
He will be judge, jury, and executioner if your skills
Damn.
are there.
Wow.
I like it.
Yes.
This actually
Yeah,
sounds like a lot of
I've-
fun.
I've watched a little bit of gameplay of it. I wasn't paying
Uh-huh.
a heavy attention because, partially because I haven't gotten through Elden Ring yet. It's on my backlog, and partially just because it is a separate game. It's not DLC.
It is
It's
a
an
separate game.
entirely different, a separate purchase, and I'm like, it does look fun, but I asked that progression question earlier because I have played a lot of types of like battle royale-esque games, and while they are fun in the very short term, once I beat it, I immediately start losing interest because to me, I've done it. Like I've the core thing to do has been completed. So why
Yeah.
are you asking me to do it again?
But Jay,
You know?
At that
Jay,
point,
what are
it's
you
just
like in
hanging out with
MMOs?
homies, you know?
Oh, yeah. But like Jay, what do you like in MMOs? Because they're constantly trying to give you more endgame content, right?
Yeah, but I don't really play MMOs. I've played
Fair.
maybe I never like went too far in World of Warcraft when I used to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the only MMO that I had like a really soft spot for is like Ragnarok Online. And
Aw, RO.
yeah, RO is amazing, but I also wouldn't go back to it anytime soon, even though you can. The servers are still up. You can still play the original one.
That's crazy. I thought that would have gone offline ages ago.
No, it's still going.
Didn't
You
it
can
go
That's
actually
down?
you can
amazing.
download
and
you can
then
download the client off of
come
Steam.
back up?
That's amazing.
But like, yeah, it's just that once I so to answer your question about the MMO style of gameplay, you typically don't really beat the game because the game is always extended. Whereas if you play games like Apex or Battle Royales in general, once you're number one, either you're number one in solo or number one in a team queue, it's like I don't know. I've done it. I've beaten the field.
You
You're
done
asking
it.
me to just beat the field again.
So
You done it.
the one difference there is that because of the nature of the game, it is explicitly a PvE game. It's not PvP.
Yes, I know that.
So saying that it's like Apex or like I actually made the comparison of Fortnite earlier is not entirely fair. I should have said it's probably closer to Risk of Rain or maybe even Left 4 Dead. Where the whole point is it's kind of a different campaign, even if in Elden Ring it all happens on the same map for now. But you're going up against different bosses. The environments of the map can change. Like the mountains can become snowy mountains and have different bad dudes on there. Things of that nature. And another really interesting thing is, in Elden Ring, there's so many weapons, and a lot of them suck. So you never really get to use them. You never really get to choose those playstyles unless you explicitly go for them. I'm going to say this, and it kind of sounds like a bad thing. In Night Rain, because you don't really get the choice of what weapons you come across. You can choose what weapon you use from the weapons you come across. You do kind of want to pick up every weapon you can because those weapons will give you buffs in the same way that Risk of Rain does. But sometimes the best weapon you find isn't exactly the weapon you would have liked or the weapon you would have wanted. Let's say you wanted Rivers of Blood or an Uchigatana, but instead you find this big old toot-toot horn. Well, you're using the big old toot-toot horn to take down the three-headed dog that's swinging a whip chain sword around you.
I don't even. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just play Monster Hunter. We also have Toot Toot Horn.
You know what?
Toot horns.
I think the Toot Toot Horn has rights, even if it's not a Rivers of Blood or Uchigatana.
Oh my. Here we go.
But yes, it feels like more than anything, it's like it sounds fun. It looks decent. It feels like there's probably some things that still need to be worked out gameplay wise from what I've seen. But at least if the co-op play is like the vibes with bros are immaculate, then who am I to judge?
Yeah, exactly. Like it is a game designed to be picked up, played quickly, do 1 or 2 rounds a night maybe with friends, and then you can get on with your life, you know?
I like that.
It's like
I
the
like that a lot.
Elden Ring seamless co-op mod, but made better and in the intended way. We're not trying to find something to do in the lands between. We are given the mission, do this, and fight stuff along the way. And it's just you and 2 friends just beating everything up on the way to the boss. It really
is the friends we made along the way.
If Elden Ring is a fine wine, then Night Rain is Everclear distilled from that fermented whatever.
Wow.
Yes. It is just the Elden Ring experience boiled down to the most fun parts. As long as you didn't like the exploration and lore diving and stuff like that.
God forbid anyone ever likes exploring or lore.
Yeah, who would do that?
That's crazy.
You're here to fight. You're here to kill bosses. You're here to kill the Night Lord.
Who would do that? Yeah.
And we're here to talk to you, dear listener. But I think we might be done for a few months.
Yes.
Yeah.
When are we back, Jay?
Sometime in September.
Okay.
Probably September.
Probably September.
Probably September is the best I can give you, and you'll just have to wait until the next episode and the next season.
Bye-bye.
Farewell, friends.
Have a good summer.
Be good.
Bye-bye.